On the news, one person dead, 3 others injured as building collapses in Mushin area of Lagos State. Bandits killed 3 persons in Kogi State, demand 12 million naira ransom for abducted monarch. And police deny reported abduction of 15 Anambra UTME candidates. Thank you for joining News Now on TV 360 Nigeria. I'm Simisola Atigun. One person has been confirmed dead following the collapse of a 2-story building under construction in the Mushin area of Lagos State on Sunday. The incident occurred at 96 Ishaga Road, directly opposite the Diaraba Central Mosque. Giving details on the incident, the Southwest Coordinator of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Ibrahim Familoye, confirmed that a body was recovered from the rubble at approximately 8:18 p.m. 3 adult males were also rescued from the site with varying degrees of injuries and are currently receiving treatment. Although the exact cause of the collapse has not yet been determined, eyewitnesses say the building had been undergoing work at the time of the collapse. Investigations are currently underway. This latest incident comes just weeks after a similar tragedy in the Ojodubaga area of Lagos, where a 3-story uncompleted building collapsed at Oremeta Street on April 19, resulting in 1 fatality and 13 rescues. Let's get a situation report of the building collapse on Ishaga Road from an emergency official. Adewale Adedokun is the Assistant Chief Search and Rescue Operations at NEMA Lagos Operations Office. Thank you for coming on the news, Mr. Adedokun. Now, can you tell us the current status of the collapsed building, and has the cause of the collapse been ascertained?
Okay, so at the moment the operation is concluded. That's the emergency phase is concluded. At the building collapsing, you'd recall that 2 people were initially rescued alive, then 1 more, and then totaling 3 people rescued alive, and then 1 death recovered. So the operation is closed, the emergency phase is closed. The scene had been handed over to other government officials like LAPSCA, that's Lagos State Building Control Agency, and the police has taken over the scene as well. So the emergency phase is over, and the scene has been handed over to state officials to commence investigation as to the cause of the collapse.
So you're confirming now that rescue efforts have ended, or are there ongoing rescue efforts to save any potential survivors?
No, the area is already on ground zero. We do not believe anybody is left there. The scene has been all the need to be carted away has been carted away. So we don't believe anyone is trapped at the scene at the moment. So that's why I said the emergency phase is over. The scene has been handed over to the state officials to commence investigations as the cause of the incident.
Right then, Mr. Adewale Adedokun, Assistant Chief Search and Rescue Operations, NEMA Lagos Operations Office. Thank you very much for coming on the news. Moving on, tension continues to mount in Okoleke community in Yagba West local government area of Kogi State following a violent attack by suspected bandits that has left 3 people dead on Saturday. The assailants, who had earlier abducted a traditional ruler, Dada James Ogunyonda, remain at large while demanding a 12 million naira ransom for his release. The revered nonagenarian and graded chief was kidnapped from his palace in the early hours of Thursday. Initial ransom demands from the kidnappers reportedly stood at 100 million naira, but were later reduced after negotiations, reportedly due to concerns over the monarch's fragile health and his need for medication. Despite ongoing efforts to meet the demands, the bandits struck again over the weekend, deepening fear and frustration in the community. community. In a similar development, no fewer than 15 people have been reportedly killed, while several others sustained various degrees of injuries in a renewed attack by suspected armed herdsmen in Ogwomogbo and Okpolo communities in Agato local government area of Benue State. A former vice chairman of Agato LGA, John Ikulono, who spoke to journalists on Sunday, said the victims of the attacks were returning from the Oweto market after the day's business and heading to their various communities when they ran into the ambush. And following recent reports about missing 15 candidates who were said to have been abducted on their way home after sitting for their rescheduled UTME in Imo State, the State Police Command has clarified that the candidates were stranded, not abducted. A press statement issued by the command's spokesperson, DSP Henry Okoye, revealed that the vehicle conveying the candidates broke down, rendering the students stranded along the way. He pointed out that the poor network caused a communication gap, which gave rise to unfounded speculation online and concerns for their safety. Okoye further disclosed that after the vehicle was repaired, the students, with their proprietor, resumed their journey and returned to Onitsha. Still on security, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, has reassured residents of Borno State of the military's unwavering commitment to restoring lasting peace following renewed attacks by the Boko Haram terrorist group. General Musa gave the assurance during a one-day operational visit to Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, where he assessed troop morale and inspected the site of a recent bomb explosion at Giwa Barracks. The explosion, which the Nigerian army attributed to excessive heat wave, caused significant structural damage. TV360's correspondent Solomon Josiah tells us more.
In a bid to boost soldiers' morale, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, embarked on a one-day operational visit to Maiduguri, the Borno State capital. While addressing the troops, the defense chief emphasized that the visit was aimed to reinforcing the military's resolve to decisively tackle insurgency in the northeast. He reaffirmed that the armed forces are working tirelessly to flush out all terrorist elements, especially Boko Haram and ISWAP, from their hideouts across the region.
Not only here in the northwest, north central, efforts are being made to ensure that Nigeria is safe and secure, in line with the mandate of Mr. President. The naval guys we have seen are just part of the plans we're having ahead. Equipment are coming in, more platforms, airsets are coming in, more actions are being taken to ensure that we address these issues of the attacks here and there, and I can assure you that things will continue to be better. I want to assure the people in Maiduguri, Northeast, and Nigeria in general that the armed forces of Nigeria is determined, is willing, is committed, is capable of restoring peace and security in Nigeria, and we're working towards that. We want to remember that we've always mentioned that asymmetric warfare is a very, very difficult operation because it's unlike the conventional type where you can just go and cap a bomb a whole community and end it up. Here, because of the issues of human rights, not to impinge on the rights of civilians that are not part of them. So it is very difficult. It takes a lot of time, a lot of precision to be able to achieve that. But I can assure you that we're heading in the right direction and we'll continue to do more.
While charging troops to remain vigilant, proactive and offensive in their approach, he inspected the Giwa Barracks and evaluated the extent of damage caused by recent explosion and urged that measures will be implemented to prevent reoccurrence. General Musa also disclosed that the Nigerian government is strengthening security cooperation with Russia to acquire more sophisticated weaponry.
We do not have the required equipment that we need to do those fights. And so we are open to all friends of Nigeria that want to support us to ensure that we get this peace. Russia has shown commitment in doing that. And you know, over time, they've been committed in the nation, has always supported Nigeria whenever the need arises. So my visit there, firstly, is to show that we appreciate what they're doing. The peace efforts today was celebrating the 80th victory parade for the Second World War. We know the role they played that. And so it is just to extend that hands of friendship together with them. And they show the willingness to support us. And more things are coming from that area. And other countries too that are willing. We are open to partnership with all nations that love peace. That's the important message I want to convey.
General Musa further reiterated that his visit aimed to send a message of reassurance to the people of Borno and the North-East at large that the days of Boko Haram and ISWAP are numbered and that the military remains resolute in its mission to reclaim every inch of Nigerian territory from the hands of terror. Solomon Josiah, TV360, Borno.
President Bola Tinubu has described Nigeria's unity as a work in progress. Tinubu said this on Sunday when he joined other world leaders at St. Peter's Square, Vatican City in Rome for the solemn inauguration Mass of Pope Leo XIV, the newly elected leader of the Roman Catholic Church. Following the Mass, Tinubu told reporters that his participation as one of Muslim faith aligned with his broader message of national unity, describing the development as heralding a new era for stronger engagement between the Catholic Church and the Nigerian government.
It's consistent in the true sense of unity in diversity, and I'm greatly honored. We have to continue to work on it. It's a work in progress for the sake of our country and the continent as a whole.
Very, very symbolic and indicative of the great solidarity that he continues to show, not just to the Muslim community, but to the entire Christian community. He has shown this solidarity with the millions of people who are of the Catholic faith in Nigeria by attending this Mass, being himself a Muslim. This has also shown his commitment to the advancement of peace, not just in the African region, but globally.
A Muslim president can be accepted and is liberal to carry the whole country along. So he represents not only the Muslim faith, but also Christians in Nigeria. And it changes the perception that Nigeria has this, everlasting sectarian conflict between Christian and Muslim.
In Lagos, the state government has organized the distribution of professional kits to midwives and nurses in the state under the Renewed Hope initiative set up by the wife of the president, Oluremi Tinubu. The initiative is part of the broader agenda to improve maternal and child health services in Nigeria by equipping frontline healthcare providers with the tools necessary to deliver quality care. TV360's Ogechukwu Kekwe completes the report.
The distribution of the kits marks another milestone in the ongoing effort to strengthen primary healthcare delivery in Lagos State, reflecting the shared vision of the federal and state government to prioritize the welfare of health workers and enhance the quality of care provided to citizens. In their keynote addresses, wives of the Lagos State Governor, Deputy Governor, commended the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu for establishing the Renewed Hope initiative, which aims to empower health workers across the 6 geopolitical zones with the goal of ensuring a better life for families.
And our concentration is really in the primary healthcare sector. So in Lagos State, it has been handed over to the PS Primary Healthcare Board. I think she feels more comfortable with you people. And this is to improve quality of life, ensuring that our people are helped in safe places, ensuring that our standards are kept, also ensuring that she will invest more in service delivery and equipping the nurses and midwives. She is very much interested in deepening the collaboration with stakeholders that are existing.
Today's event is a testament to the power of purposeful leadership and collective action. It symbolizes our shared commitment to strengthen the healthcare delivery system, particularly at the grassroots level, where the majority of our people reside. We are gathered not merely to distribute kits, but to empower the lifeline of our community, our health workers, midwives. I sincerely Thank you. I sincerely extend heartfelt appreciation to our dear mother, again, the mother of our nation, Her Excellency, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, for this noble and life-saving initiative. The Renewed Hope Initiative has consistently demonstrated compassion, vision, and people-centered approach to governance.
Health experts at the event further revealed that the transformative program also aims to equip frontline workers to deliver quality health care and uplift women, children, and vulnerable groups, reducing preventable maternal deaths.
It is also aimed at strengthening, through partnership and investment, the primary health care centers, which are the closest to our people at the grassroots. And it is only on this basis that we can continue to reduce the maternal mortality rate and infant mortality rate, neonatal mortality rate, all with all this efforts that we are launching today.
These interventions, combined with stronger facility linkages and ongoing supervision, have contributed significantly to improvement in early newborn care, respectful delivery services, and safe motherhood across Lagos State primary care system. Today's event is not merely a presentation of uniform and footwear. It is a visible affirmation that nurses and midwife efforts matter, that they are seen and they are valued.
The experts say the event affirms the vital role of nurses and midwives in the healthcare system, renewing commitment to support equipped and celebrate frontline heroes while urging them to remain steadfast in strengthening maternal health. Ogechukwu Kekwe, TV360, Lagos.
Committee of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian University SANU and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Allied Institutions NASU has rejected the recent distribution formula adopted for the disbursement of the 50 billion naira approved by the federal government for university-based unions. The 50 billion naira is to be shared among SANU, NASU and the National Association of Academic Technologists. However, in a statement, the non-academic unions expressed disappointment that 80% of the allocation was given solely to ASU, leaving only 20% to be shared among SANU, NASU and the NAAT. The association described the arrangement as grossly unfair, totally unacceptable and capable of creating industrial disharmony, thereby further highlighting the teaching/non-teaching dichotomy in Nigerian universities. It's time for a short break. Still to come on News Now. Sudan's army leader Al-Burhan appoints former UN official as Prime Minister. We'll give you details shortly. Welcome back. Let's brief you on our main stories. One person has been confirmed dead following the collapse of a two-story building under construction in the Mushin area of Lagos State on Sunday. The incident occurred at 96 Ishaga Road, directly opposite the Diaraba Central Mosque. We also told you that tension continues to mount in Okoloke, a community in Yagba West local government area of Kogi State, following a violent attack by suspected bandits that has left 3 people dead on Saturday. The assailants, who had earlier abducted a traditional ruler, Dada James Ogunyade, remain at large while demanding a 12 million naira ransom for his release. In case you missed any of our news bulletins or for more updates, you can catch us on Limex World TV and AVO TV or log on to our website on www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram and YouTube at TV360 Nigeria, or download our mobile app on Google Play Store, Huawei App Gallery and Apple Store. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online.
Corruption not in my country.
Court,
All right. What's your name again? Kemi?
Yes, sir.
Good. Are you ready for us for next week?
Yes, sir.
Next.
Ndewo, sir. Ndewo.
What? Look, what we need here is one who can speak fluent English. Give her a chance.
I need a angel to hold me. Hold me, my beautiful angel.
Cut! It is Angel, not Angel. Please, I'm done with you. Excuse us. Kemi was far better.
It's not about our rendition. It's not about our performance here. By the time she and her friends join us in our hotel rooms, you will know how far.
Can I have her phone?
She has a robust profile.
Real robust profile. I do not undercut professional ethics. It is an act of corruption. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Victoria Konde has the latest on business news. Over to you, Victoria.
Thank you very much, Simi. Welcome to Business News. Now, the federal government has concluded key legal and governance frameworks required for the operational rollout of the African Energy Bank as preparations for its official launch enter the final phase. This was disclosed during a high-level review meeting held in Abuja and hosted by the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Eniken Lokobiri, with the President of the African Export-Import Bank and the Secretary General of the African Petroleum Producers Organization in attendance. Lokobiri added that beyond the completion of regulatory frameworks, discussions on capital mobilization had also recorded encouraging commitments from both member nations and private investors. Still on business now, President Bola Tinubu has approved the issuance of critical regulatory licenses for the Kolmani Integrated Development Project, a multi-billion-dollar oil exploration initiative located between Bauchi and Gombe states. In a statement issued by a special advisor on media and communication, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Eniken Lokobiri, disclosed this during the commissioning of the permanent site of the Bauchi Oil and Gas Academy in the Alkeleri local government area of the state. The Kolmani Integrated Development Project, first inaugurated in November 2022, marks the start of oil exploration in northern Nigeria. Right now, we'll go on a short break and be back with stock market updates. Stay. Welcome back. It's the first trading day of the week and the Nigerian equities market closed in negative territory, dipping by 0.01%, and the market capitalization now stands at 69 trillion naira. In total, 127 equities listed on the Nigerian exchange participated in trading, with 46 gainers and 23 losers. On the losers chart, the Initiates PLC recorded the highest decline, shedding 10% to close at 6 naira 12 kobo per share, and was followed closely by the Associated Bus Company. By the close of trading on Monday, over 486 million shares were exchanged in 24,883 deals, amounting to a market value exceeding 11 billion naira. Now, when this is compared with the previous trading session, which is Friday, May 16, today's performance reflects a 13% increase in volume, a 32% rise in turnover, and a 52% boost in the number of deals. Now, on the global front, two of our selected indices, the UK's FTSE and the US Dow Jones, closed in bullish territory, while the counterpart, the Japan's Nikkei, bucked the trend by ending on the bearish note. Now, in the foreign exchange market, as of today, the US dollar is trading at 1,620 naira on the black market, the British pound at 2,050 naira, and the euro at 1,720 naira on the black market. That's it on both business and stock market updates. Back to you, Simi, for the rest of the news.
Thank you, Victoria. And on the foreign scene, Sudan's army chief and de facto head of state, Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, has appointed a former official of the United Nations, Camille Idris, as prime minister as part of changes to his sovereign council as the nation's civil war grinds on into its third year. Idris, a career diplomat, spent decades at the UN's World Intellectual Property Organization and was its Director General from 1997 to 2008. He also ran as an independent candidate in Sudan's presidential election in 2010 against longtime military ruler Omar al-Bashir, who was later ousted in a 2019 coup. And on sports, President Bola Tinubu has officially declared open the 22nd edition of the National Sports Festival tagged Gateway Games 2024, holding in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. While declaring the sporting fiesta open, the president said sports remains the soul of Nigeria's togetherness, saying nothing unites the country like sport. Tinubu, who was represented at the event by Vice President Kashim Shettima, charged the participating athletes to compete favorably with integrity in the spirit of true sportsmanship.
Exciting that Ogun State is putting up such a great show, and you know, over the last few weeks we've had sleepless nights. As the executive secretary of the local organizing committee, it's been hectic. His Excellency the Governor has joined us in having sleepless nights, and I believe that we're in for an excellent time. I believe we're in for a great time here in terms of this opening ceremony, and also in terms of the performances that we'll be having from the athletes. Lovely facilities have been put up for them, and they are encouraged to put in their best. I see a lot of record stumbling in this festival. I see a lot of great performances from the athletes, and I see a lot of organizational success that the state will get from what we have done here in the last few weeks.
Enugu State is highly prepared for this competition, for this festival. As you know, we're the next host. So His Excellency Dr. Peter Ndubisi instructed that we must put up a good show, we must put up good performance. And we've been working round the clock towards that. So we're expecting a good showing from our athletes. We came with a much bigger contingent, and there was a very stringent selection process that ensured that most of the athletes who made it onto the final contingent are medal hopefuls. So we're very, very excited and hopeful for good performance.
I see progress. I see unity as a nation. I mean, we have people from every part of the nation, north, east, west, south, coming together in one voice to achieve this thing. That's unity. That's really a symbol of growth and development in the country.
It's actually a very good one, because actually we've all the athletes have been preparing for this for about 4 to 5 months now, from the preliminaries to the proper. So I actually feel great to be here. We've actually been preparing for a couple of months now. So we hope to have nothing but the best, like having a goal.
Still on sports, the Ballon d'Or award ceremony is set to take place on September 22 this year, and the number of awards for women and men will be equal for the first time, organizers announced on Monday. Awards for Best Women's Goalkeeper, Best Young Women's Player, and the top women's scorer in a club or national team have been added to the list this year for the ceremony at the Théâtre du Châtelet in Paris. That means there will be 6 awards for male players and 6 for female players, with an additional prize, the Socrates Award, for actions that promote solidarity, which is open to men or women. Nominees will be announced in early August. And that's it on News Now. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time.